Shalom, this is Highlighter. This is the first video on the Church Idol series. I've showed some of the past, but I want to follow up. And these videos will be in the folder called Church Idol. And if you must show mercy to those whose faith is wavering. Rescue others by snatching them from the flames of judgment. Show mercy to still others, but do so with great caution, hating the sin that contaminate their lives. A little leaven leavens the whole lump, but the problem is the enemy is hiding within. But Yahweh, He cares for His churches. That's why He sends help, to help those see the dangers of the things that are contaminating the churches. This is what was going on last year. Female pastor kicking the Bible. This is the image of Lucifer in the churches. The colors of the Nazi on her. The man over here on the left, female black widow spider, black with a little bit of red. And the guy down here has the shirt number 87, which pictures the cosmic war of her versus him, of Inanna versus Yahweh and His Son, 8 versus 7. I want to share, as I'm seeing this picture here, I kicked the pastor where it hurts. I was just a child. I was about 14 years old. And how did he respond to me? He didn't kick me back, but he grabbed me because he was stronger. He was an adult. I was a child. He grabbed me and held me until the cops got there. But he showed me the love of the Father by not responding back the same way. And now look at me now. I reflect on the work that's given to me. There's one thing that I know, that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who is Yahshua in Hebrew, He is the one who reigns. He reigns in the hearts and minds of those who believe in Him. Because now, instead of kicking the pastors and hurting them, now I can help them. Now I have weapons to share with them that would equip them and to protect the flocks. This is how I know that Jesus reigns, that our King reigns in our hearts. Only He can take darkness and turn it to light. There is hope for these churches if they receive it. They're proud of their idols, as I can see and tell. This is the same church, Crossroads Church in Okley. They kicked the Bible in there. Well, the female pastor, just like the fat female black widow spider. There's the idol right there, 8. The cross is number 8, and they even have 8 lines. There are 8 lines here. There is a chevron. This is the match to the spider that bit me. You can go to trinityisdark.com and you can see a photograph of the spider that has 8 legs and a chevron. Because Yahweh is very mighty and very terrifying in His powers. Without Him, that's what rules over us, in our hearts, in our minds, in our country, our nations, our churches, our government, in the whole world system. Without Him, you are a widow, says Yahweh. And Jesus Christ, His Son, is the only way to Him. He knows everything. He has all the answers, and by Him, these secrets are shared with His servants, that we would trust in the resurrection power of His Son. There's a Roman cope right there. I've covered before in the past couple videos. You've seen the same idol. The cross inside the diamond. or the X shape. Here is 2014, and now this past year, Yahweh shows to me His glory and His power that exposes the enemy. It's right there in front of me without me knowing it. This is why we need to be patient and to trust the process. As our brothers know and say and are preached to us, that we live by faith and not by sight. That's very true. Because things are happening behind the scenes and we don't know what our Creator is doing. But by being faithful, we will see His glory and see His power. He will share it with us. Here is the idol again, associated with Easter. So if your church is celebrating Easter, you'll see the idol on stage. Most times you will. I've seen it hundreds of times. It's 8, and then the chevron shape, the V shape below it. Here is again a comparison of the two. The cross is the number 8. Same thing. Octagram or a cross. This is how they can hide within. They are synchronizing with us, using our symbols and our names of our faith. But you can't take a goddess and synchronize her with Yahweh, who is honored by the seventh day, who teaches to guard the commands, who teaches not to have female pastors. So there is your safety, is by following the order of our Maker. But the lawless one, the one who has no boundaries, no limits, that's what you're seeing in the churches. Here is a primary example, the fat female goddess right there, forming the idol. And notice that when the female sings really, really loud, at the very last note, who gets the last word in, who takes her voice and makes it higher than all the others, that there is anti-Messiah's spirit as well, to show people who is the greatest. But Yahweh knows the hearts, but I'm sharing to you the spirit is that the enemy wants to be greater than all the others, to be greater than Yahweh. On the forehead, same idol. That was Mike Todd from Tulsa. Same idol here, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It's a Roman Catholic idol. When these churches agree with Vatican City, then the idol will be there, because they are daughters of the Vatican City. They are daughters of the Catholic Church. But as I was hearing the message that the Roman Catholic Catechism 834, it says that Catholics are not Christians, that there's no salvation outside of the Catholic Church. That's what the Eucharist is about, to bring you into their church, their mother church. Our mother is Jerusalem, but theirs is Inanna, and they don't know it. There is the cross above the V shape and letter M. Same idol. This is the miraculous medal. This is a different church, but it's called Calvary. And I want to show you what's on stage, the 4 lights. You can see here in the dragon worship video as examples of what they're doing. This is here still, it's Okley Church. Born Wild is the theme. There is the idol. And then they're profaning the set apart place by bringing that unclean animal into the set apart place where they're going to have, it's going to smell bad, it's going to be, the horse is going to be dropping droppings everywhere, Where they dropping the droppings at? In Yahweh's holy space, in his set apart place. This is wickedness. And these churches need to repent. Last night I seen the movie Faster with Dwayne Johnson, showing the idol right there, the 4 Roman columns that I've shown before that are set up in the churches, and you're seeing it right there. I've seen the idol in Okley Church 3 times already. Here is with Zorro on the forehead, same idol. I'll have another series on videos, Yah willing, where I'll show the Roman columns. I want to show the leaders the different forms of the idol, that they will be able to spot them and identify them and kick them out of their churches according to Yahweh's pleasure, to protect their churches and to strengthen America. They went for the heads, they went for our leaders and changed our leaders into women to make them less than human, like the horse dung. Pervert the place, pervert the set apart place. It's very tragic. Here is the idol again, 4 columns, and then on stage. This right here is the 4 columns, and the number 16, the dinger. I've already shown this, but I want to show you the other, the main idol. The past couple videos, you've seen it in the cross inside the diamond. This is the first church. Don't know how many I'll show, but eventually leaders will be able to have access to read the web pages and to look at the data a little bit better, for the perfection and protection of the saints. May Yahweh bless you. Shalom.